Hello and welcome everyone to this video on implementing context nodes and attributes by ZaranTech. But before we begin, make sure to subscribe to our ZaranTech YouTube channel and hit the bell icon to never miss any update from us.
Hello everyone and welcome to this detailed guide on implementing context node and attributes in Web Dynpro. Today we will explore how to effectively manage and use context in your Web Dynpro application. Context node and attributes are fundamental components of Web Dynpro. They actually serve as the backbone for data storage and manipulation within your application, establishing dynamic and interactive user interface. In this video, we will cover everything you need to know about working with context node and attribute. We will start with an overview of what they are and why they are important. We will delve into creating context node. We will learn how to define nodes, set their properties, and understand their hierarchical structure. Next, we will focus on adding attributes to this node. Attributes are the individual data points within a node. We will demonstrate how to create, configure attributes, and discuss best practices for managing your data model. We will show how to bind context node and attributes to UI elements. This is crucial for displaying data and handling user input in your application. You will see examples of binding data of tables, input fields, and other common UI components. By the end of this video, we will have a solid understanding of how to implement and use context node and attributes in Web Dynpro. This knowledge will help you to build dynamic and data-driven application with ease. So let's get into our logon and let's start using context node and attributes in a Web Dynpro component. So what you have to do, you have to go to SEAT, and here you have to give a name to your application. We do not have any application using context node and attributes. And let's save it. And let's activate our application. So let it activate. And then we will be creating a context node and context attribute. So this is our window of our UI of our Web component. So what you have to do is we have to go to a context, and here we will be creating a local context for this window only. Firstly, we will change our application in a open our application in change mode. Right click on the context, and we will create a context attribute first. Let be the name of context attribute be VBELN, and type be VBAK VBELN, and let's create it. And let's also create a context node. We will be using both in context node of VBAK table, dictionary structure VBAK, add attributes from structure. We will not include VBLN here. And let's select some fields, and we have created it. And let's save it first and activate it. Now what we have to do is we will go to our layout section. We will create, insert. Firstly, we will create a page header. Page header. And here we'll select web component page header. And let's give a title to it. Context node and attribute. Control save it. Now what we will do, we will insert an input field. We will using input field for our context attribute because the context attribute is for only one field. Because it is only one field, we are using an input field for that. So for that, we have to go here, and you will find a section that says value. And here we will bind a context attribute to it. We will select VBLN here, and we'll bind it to that. And next, what we have to do is we will be creating a label for our input field. So we can know what it is. So a label for here, we will choose INP because we are creating label for input element, and let's move it one step up and let's save it. Next, what we will be doing, we will be creating a insert element, and we will group our elements. So for that, firstly, we will be creating, let me see what UI component we can choose. Okay, I am not getting anything. Transparent container, TCO1, because I want to, I will be creating a container form, so I want all elements to be inside this. For a better look and feel, I will choose matrix layout here because matrix layout is SAP standard layout which SAP suggests. Here we will create container form, and here we will choose our context node. And see, we are all bindings are created, and the benefit of using container form is that we have label and input field created, and all the bindings are already created in this. We do not have to manually create it one by one. So yeah, that's all. Now we will be creating a button UI component, insert element btn, and here we'll choose button. And we will move this button up, and let's give text to our button, that is give it find. What we'll be doing, we will giving a VBLN in our input field, and we will fetch data according to that VBLN in our container form, that is created on time, created by, and valid for. So we have created text. We can also give tooltip. Tooltip will be telling when we will be hovering on that button, it will give an extra information about it. Yeah, I will write here to find data from VB find data of VBELN. And what we'll do, we will create an on action event for it. Fetch data. You can give description also. I'm not giving description because it is not mandatory. I will double click on action. It will navigate me to our method on action. Firstly, what we will do, we will read our context attribute, because user will enter VBLN, and we will fetch data of VBAK table, these four field, ER date, ERZDT, ER name, and ANGDT, according to the VBLN inserted. So firstly, we will read our VBLN, which user will be entering. So yeah, we have read our VBLN. I have used this. This is called Web Dynpro code wizard. This helps us by generating automatic code, and it reduces our task. I have already told in our previous video. Now what we will be doing, we will be setting our context node. So we will choose context node here, and see our code will be generated automatically. So our code has been generated, and we will be getting VBLN inserted by we will be getting VBLN, which user will be giving on our UI on display section. It will be stored in this LV VBLN. So what we have to do is we have to fetch data from VBAK table according to this VBLN. So what we will be doing, we will coming to this part, and we will write a select query, select single star from VBAK into corresponding fields of LS VBAK, where VBELN equals to LV VBELN. And yeah, let's save it. And see, we will be getting our data in LSVBAK. What we have to do is we have to pass this LSVBAK here. So it is already present LSVBAK here. If we have used any other name, means if we have used any other name of our work area for storing the data of our VBAK table, we have to pass that name here. As we are using LSVBAK, and so we will are passing LSVBAK. If we have given any other name, we have to use that here. We have to write that name here. So let's activate it. After activating, what we have to do is we have to go here and we have to create a Web Dynpro application. And let's save it in a local object. And our application has been created. And let's copy this URL and go to our browser. See, we are getting our sales document here, created on time, created by invalid form. And we have created a button find. And see the tooltip which we have given to, by mistake I've written to font, that is to find data from VBLN. So that tooltip is also appearing as soon as we will hover on button. So what we will do, we will be using this F4 help. And we will choose any sales document number from here. And as soon as we will be clicking on this button, the data in these fields created on time and created by invalid form from should auto populate as soon as I will click on find button. So let me click on here and see we have got 3 fields. We are not getting this valid from because there might be chances we do not have any data on for this field. Let me choose any other field. Okay, we are not getting valid from. I think the data for this field is not present in our VBAK table, so that's why we are not getting, and we are getting data for all the other tables. If you can choose any fields according to your requirement, and those fields will be auto-populated as soon as you will clicking on this button. I will give any other name to check if okay. I think the data is not present in valid from in our VBAK table. That's why we are not able to get the data. So yeah, we have in this video, we have created a context node in our view, in a local view. Let me show you once again. We have created a context node VBAK. We have created a context attribute VBLN. We've also used it in our layout, in our UI element. We have used context attribute in our input field, and we have used the context node in a container form. We have also created a button, and we have also done on action on it. You can navigate on action from here by double clicking on that, or you can also go to our method section. Here you will be find the on action which you have created. See, this is the code which we have written in our on action. So yeah, that's all in this video. See you in the next video. Thank you for watching.